I've said this a lot, but I'm going to say it again because I've been away for a while. If a guy is not literally obsessed with you, we don't fuck with him. Bottom line. We become so obsessed with getting these losers to like us before we even know if we like them, as a human even. So we spend all this time trying to get them to text us back, trying to get them to snap us back, whatever. And we don't even know if we like them yet.
She said so much in so little time. I don't know if you guys caught that, but let's run through her little rant here in tonight's coaching video. So the first thing that she said was that if the guy is not obsessed with you, don't mess with him. Actually, she dropped an F-bomb. I mean, yet another potty mouth modern day woman. I just can't stand these girls and their constant profanity and cursing and lack of proficient vocabulary skills, right? Where they could just speak without using the F-bomb as a crutch. I'm just so done with it. I'm so done with that. Okay? But she's just another one, yet another one. But not to get off topic, she's sitting here ranting about the fact that men are not becoming obsessed with her. Okay? And the first thing we need to clear up here is that this chick clearly has a number of beta orbiters. Yes, she is older, and we'll get to that in a minute. The fact that this chick is definitely in her 30s, probably her late 30s, but she has enough attractiveness to have a nice little circle of beta orbiters in her life. I know they're there, right? You might be watching this video right now, but they're there, and those guys are definitely obsessed with her, right? They're giving her what she wants. You want a guy who's obsessed with you? There you go. There's all these beta orbiters in your life. Oh, wait a minute. You don't want those guys, do you? You don't want those beta orbiters. No. You want the guys who are ghosting you. You want the guys who are ignoring you. Very powerful word there, fellas. Ignore, right? Ignoring women. How powerful is that? Right? She wants the guys who are not paying attention to her, who are not validating her, who are not giving her free attention. That is what she is bitching about here. Okay? She wants those guys to cave in. Stop being so standoffish, right? Just surrender. Right? Stop trying to hold your position. Just throw up your white flag and surrender. That's what she wants. She wants you to become obsessed with her. And you know what? The moment you do, the moment you give these chicks what they want, what have I told you guys? Never give a girl what they want. But the moment you give her what she wants, which is you becoming obsessed with her, that is the very same moment that she loses respect for you, she loses attraction for you, and she starts looking for the next sucker who will challenge her, because that's what every woman out there, including modern day women, especially modern day women, want. They want a guy who will challenge them. As much as they bitch about it, and as much as they, you could drag them off with them screaming and crying about it, that at the end of the day, that is what they want. They want a man who will challenge them, who will stand up to their bullshit, their nonsense, who will not cave into them, who will live in his own reality and not hers. He'll be the star of his own movie and won't let her become the star of his movie. That is what every female out there on the planet wants, and including every girl that you've ever dated. I guarantee every girl that you've ever dated that liked you in the beginning, she was just all into you, just couldn't stop texting you. She was just like, he's the one. Oh, I'm so into this guy. And you thought you had her. And then after a few weeks, maybe a few months, maybe even a few years, the table started to turn and she started to take the power in the relationship. And then you started to get, for the first time, you started to get worried about losing her versus the other way around, right? You started sinking into her frame and started operating your life out of her frame. And then you notice she started to lose attraction for you, right? Stopped coming home on time, stopped leaving her phone on the kitchen table for you to see. She started hiding it more, started password protecting all electronics, her laptop, all of her devices. And then you're like, oh, what's going on, right? What's wrong? She love me anymore? She's like, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. Or I love you, but I don't want to be with you anymore. And she starts giving you that. Why? It's because you gave her what she wanted. Never, ever, ever, ever give a woman what she wants unless you want to get rid of her, right? Unless you want to get rid of her. Doesn't mean you can never give her what she wants, right? Every now and then, you can just a little bit, just a little taste to let her know, like, hey, you need to work for it, right? You need to work for this a little bit, so she invests in you, and you give her a little taste of it, right? But you never give away the farm. Never give away the farm. Okay, and that will keep her around, right? You give her just enough to where she needs you, but not too much to where she doesn't need you, if that makes sense. But you never, ever, ever give her everything, which is what, shockingly, most guys do, right? Especially guys without this type of knowledge. They give the girl everything. They give the girl everything of themselves. And then what happens? The girl just loses interest, right? She just loses interest in you. She doesn't want to have anything to do with you. So the fact that this chick is ranting about, like, oh, if the guy's not obsessed with me, no, not messing with him, not messing with him. It's like, who are you kidding? Who are you kidding? What have I told you guys? What a girl says and what a girl does are always going to be two different things, okay? What she says versus what she does are always going to be two different things. So the fact that she's complaining about guys who are not obsessed with her, obviously those are the guys that are occupying her thoughts, because she's sitting here like in the middle of the night doing a coaching video about it. You know, she's doing it in the middle of the night in Los Angeles. I know she's in Los Angeles because I recognize the street, especially with the palm trees and everything else. But she's sitting here complaining about it because these guys are occupying her thoughts. And what have I taught you? The more you occupy a woman's thoughts, the more attracted she becomes to you, the more obsessed she becomes with you, and the more you have her, right? You've got her. You've got her. You've got her. So, congratulations. Whenever you get a woman obsessed with you to the point where you're occupying her thoughts, or she will sit there in her car and rant about the fact that you're not obsessed with her. Okay, so that was the first part of her little rant there. The second part of her rant was she was complaining about the fact that we're falling for these losers, and she literally said losers. We're falling for these losers, and we don't even know if we like them yet. We don't even know if we like them as a human being yet. And the reason why she doesn't know these guys to that level where she feels like she knows who they are is because that is just basically the persona of most alpha bad boys, most alpha chads, most guys who are on their path and purpose. Is they don't really sit around there and give you all of themselves. And this just goes back to my first point. It's just you never really give the girl all of yourself. So there's always a lot of mystery behind who you are. She never really feels like she knows you that well, right? Like there's always like these dark patches, right? She's like, who is this guy? And the reason why she feels like she doesn't really know you is because you're not spending a whole lot of time with her. Like, obviously these guys are just coming over and banging this chick and then taking off. So she never really gets to know who they are. Okay, and especially with her mouth, I could see her problem because she reminds me of the typical LA type girl where it's like she's decent looking enough where guys will come over and they'll bang her, but if you listen to that mouth go, man, you don't want to stick around. You want to just like hightail out of there. So her problem is she just doesn't know when to shut it, right? She just doesn't know when to shut it, and she's sitting here and she's letting these guys have sex with her. I mean, if you're that, if it's bothering you that much, don't have sex with them, right? Don't give them what they want. Simple as that. Right? But no, you're participating in this. So you need to take some responsibility. And instead of blaming these guys like, oh, they're losers and they're not obsessed with me, instead look at yourself. What are you doing wrong, girl? Tell you what you're doing wrong first is you are letting them have, the milk for free. Right? Let them have the milk for free. They don't even need to rent the cow. They're just getting the milk for free. And that's on you, right? That's on you. So if you want a higher quality man, then you got to stop dating the bad boys who are just coming over in the middle of the night, having sex with you, and then taking off. And you never feel like you really know these guys. That's on you. Right? Because, like I said, I guarantee this chick has tons of beta orbiters who would love to be with her, who would love to wine and dine her, who would love to give her, you know, the princess fantasy that she is so desperately asking for in her little rant here. But no, she doesn't want those guys. Why? Because they're too easy. They're too predictable. Because they're giving her what she wants. They're not a challenge. What she wants is a guy who is a challenge. What she wants is a guy who is unpredictable. A guy who makes her feel uncertainty. Because that is really what lights her fire. That is what really lights the fire of a lot of young women, especially modern women today, because there's so few guys doing that, right? So many guys out there have been completely pussified. They've gone completely beta. They've gone completely blue pill, and they're going in the opposite direction. And this is why, statistically, they're saying that this generation of like millennials and also Generation Z are having the least sex out of any generation before. These kids are having the least sex ever. That's why, because most of the guys are pussies, right? Most of these kids have been raised by a weak father figure, or worse, a single mother, who have not taught them what they need to know, right? So they're completely pussified, and they're completely operating out of their feminine frame, and that's why these girls won't have sex with them. And these girls have a very limited pool of masculine men to choose from, and you know, unfortunately, in that pool, there are a lot of dicks, a lot of jerks, a lot of bad boys, and a lot of alphas who are just going to use you, right? But you see them as, you see them as a challenge and as this strong alpha male, because they're not giving into your bullshit. They're not, you know, rolling out the red carpet for you like so many of these betas in your life do. And you're getting hot and heavy for these guys. So that's on you. That's something that you need to fix within yourself. And lastly, the only other thing I'll point out, this is more of something that I noticed aesthetically about her face, is she, typical LA girl, she has done her lips. I just can't stand these chicks today that are like completely like inflating their lips with the lip filler. It looks completely ridiculous. You look like a duck. It looks so fake and phony, and it's really just disgusting. I mean, I'm just so disgusted by it. And it needs to stop. So, you know what? You're going to attract basically the type of guys that are like you, right? That like that fake shit, that plastic surgery. She's definitely done like Botox, and obviously she's done her lips. So you're just going to attract those type of douchebags who want that kind of stuff. And, you know, for high value guys, you know, especially a guy like myself, I don't like that. I like all natural. I mean, if you have to like inject yourself with all of these, you know, chemicals in order to try to look better, then maybe you're not that hot. But that's my 2 cents. So drop your comments below, guys. Let me know what you think of her little rant about all of these guys who are refusing to become obsessed with her, and these losers, as she called them. Why does she continue to date losers? That's another thing. Like, you just call them losers. Why do you even bother with them if they're losers, right? Just don't date these guys, because you got lots of beta orbiters that you could date, but you don't want those guys. So drop your comments below, guys. Let me know what you think of her rant as well as my own. Love to see you guys in my comments, and I love to read them. And with that said, I'm going to wrap up here. Until next time, this is M from the 33 Secrets. Go ahead and smash that like button below. Do it now. Also, hit the notification bell right next to it so you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Helps me out a ton when you guys subscribe, so please make sure you subscribe to my channel as well. And for all you guys who want to support my work and all of this incredible, amazing red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content that I am teaching you even further, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I'm teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I am talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s, baby. The hottest women on the planet. Okay, I teach you how to do that in 7 months of mastery. And you know what? I have tons, thousands upon thousands of successful students now all around the world. Okay, a lot of these guys often drop comments in my comment section talking about how they're in my program, they've met their dream girl, they've met their future wife. I've had a number of students who've been through my 7 months of mastery program already met their wife thanks to my teachings, right? They met a high value, high caliber, hot wife, right? Way above what they were able to get previously before they jumped into my program, 7 months of mastery. They were able to get a girl who was much, much more attractive, much hotter, and much higher value thanks to my teachings. And you know what? I want you to become one of them. Even if you don't plan on getting married, find yourself a cool chick, a high value chick, not one of these like low value, like DG single moms, or women who are past the prime or damaged goods or anything like that. I want to teach you how to go out there and get high value women, just like my students are all around the world. You can become one of us, and all you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds, and it's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons. So it's only $1 for the entire first month of high value coaching lessons from me. So take advantage of it. And it's the best way to support my work, guys. And thank you very much if you do. I appreciate it. Thanks in advance. And let's crack on out of here.